and welcome to another edition of Historical Anomalies. Tonight we'll examine an obscure institution from the late 19th century American backwater, the Traveling Sound Museum. The museum was carried from town to town on the back of a wagon by its curator and sole proprietor, Joseph Tarbell. Traveling along the Mississippi and through the sleepy villages of New England, Mr. Tarbell would charge a nickel apiece to experience the historical wonders of his museum. If existing documentation is to be believed, the museum consisted of dozens of earthen jars, each containing the sounds of a particular place and time. The Mongols sweeping down from the steppe to invade China, Nero's fiddle playing while Rome burned, a heated debate between Cleopatra and her lover. We begin our examination of the Traveling Sound Museum tonight in Poland. Frequently thrown in with a crowd of common hucksters littering the American landscape at that time, Tarbell's Traveling Sound Museum nearly faded into obscurity in the early years of the 20th century. Little is known about Tarbell himself, or indeed how he was able to collect so many sounds from so many points in time. But like so many traveling salesmen of his day, his success was dictated by his relentless determination and amiable and convincing personality. While these days the appeal of being able to hear firsthand the great moments of history might be enough of a sell, back then Tarbell was up against some fierce competition. Headless women, two-headed babies, miracle oils, snake charmers. But it was his pitch, honed over the years to an irresistible description of the wonders within, that kept him in business. That's how we know that the Traveling Sound Museum really did exist, and is not just the deranged fantasy of a lunatic. But how exactly did the jars work? Where did he get the sounds, and how could he possibly have gotten them into the jars? For answers to these questions and more, we turn to Jenny.
Say it's all really a lot to think about. Really, I'm just not exactly entirely sure. I mean, there's, on the one hand, but it's not even that it really could possibly. It just doesn't. I'd like to understand more. I think that it's really a great contribution to everything. I agree.
And thus the legacy of the Traveling Sound Museum lives on. Until next time, thank you, and good night.